I was trying to get some the action from the NFL games in from yesterday. Dan, are we back on the bandwagon of the Eagles after their win over Cincinnati?
Greeny, I am back on the bandwagon. Shout out to Jalen Hurts. His last 3 games, playing about as good as anybody. I loved their play-action pass yesterday. They got the tight end and the back there. Look at the pocket and the time that Jalen Hurts has to throw. 3.5 seconds to find A.J. Brown on that big crossing route. Early down play action. You got those 2 tight ends to the right. I love it. Here to get beautiful pocket moving by Jalen Hurts. A big crossing through almost 4 seconds to throw the football. They're giving Jalen Hurts a ton of time. 2 tight ends. We're going to get 7-man protection. He's going to have an eternity and a ton of space to throw this football. A beautiful ball downfield to Devontae Smith. I loved the plan of the play-action pass on early downs to build pockets in time for Jalen Hurts. 3 straight games, no turnovers. The Eagles played fantastic yesterday. Is that the formula? Has Philly found the formula to carry them through the season?
Absolutely, and I've always said that if they run the ball more than they throw it, they win, right? Himbo gave me this last week. So they're 16-1 when they've had that since Sirianni took over, all right?
When they run the ball more than they throw it.
When they throw it. Okay, the last 3 games, 15-1, excuse me. They've had 120 rushing attempts to 60 passing attempts. How good has Jalen Hurts looked at these last 3 weeks?
9 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, last 3 games.
Does he not look like an absolute beast as a quarterback?
Yep.
He does. And they're pounding the football. This is the point. By the way, Dano.
Talk to me.
All right, D. Wood, they got 2 backup offensive linemen in.
That's right.
So what do? You run the damn football.
Rex, first down runs the last 2 weeks. 46 first down runs for 264 yards for the Eagles.
Yeah, and
pretty good.
Not a great defense they played yesterday, but it was a statement win. Next game, Ravens blow yet another late lead. Rex, you've been calling them the best team in the NFL. Are they no longer that?
No.
They're not.
And here's why. I assumed Baltimore would play defense. I don't know why I assumed it. Maybe 30 years of great Baltimore defense. But this defense stinks right now. I don't understand it. You're playing against one of the worst offenses in football. And, look, your offense, I still think this is the best offense in football. That'd be, outside of Detroit. But I'm telling you, this defense, this is a concern, man. This is an absolute concern.
Their defense has given up 17 passing touchdowns, worst in the league. 10 of those 17 have come in the 4th quarter. That is bad. Very bad by the Baltimore Ravens.
I love the Ravens. I don't trust the Ravens. There's one team that I inherently trust in the AFC, and it's the Kansas City Chiefs. And it's because of the defense. I can trust that defense. I'm borderline trusting the Bills, and the Ravens whooped them. The Ravens give me hesitation on their defense. They can't cover, and they truly, outside of Van Noy, can't get to the quarterback.
By the way, watching the Browns play yesterday with Jameis Winston, it just reinforces just how bad Deshaun Watson has been this year as well. They look so much better. One more game, quickly. D. Wood, we talk about the Chiefs. They improved to 7-0. They haven't lost since Christmas Day last year. They won 13 straight games. Can they go undefeated this year?
Yes, they can. I think their schedule sets up favorably for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think people need to understand, this is a team led by this defense. Their defense under Steve Spagnuolo has been playing lights out. And you know what the quarterback does? I know people want to talk about the stats, but he makes winning plays when it counts. That's why this team is racking up wins right now.
Look at the schedule the rest of the way. There's only one game that our analytics, as their season goes on, projects for them not to be the favorite. Now, teams aren't going to win every game in which they're favored. So, again, we project them to finish 14-3. But as you look at that, particularly if they were to win at Buffalo, Dan, there is Andy Reid has been known to pull his starters, right? Sure. We know Reid, when he locks up the 1 seed, going back to his days in Philly, he doesn't play those guys at the end. So they probably won't go for it. But 17-0 doesn't seem as ridiculous as it might sound.
No, it doesn't. I think the game at Buffalo, also the Chargers will give them hell as well, because I think the Chargers are a team that is in many ways built to at least compete with them.
Yep.
I loved the addition of Hop yesterday. I know it wasn't huge, but I think the feel that he displayed was really big. They got the ball to Kelsey as well. Left tackle still an issue. Woods point, Patrick is Patrick. This team's going to be impossible. You got to play such a good game to beat them on all 3 facets.
All right, so we'll try to get through as many games here as we can. Rex, let's start with you. You have a Sunday statement about Kyler Murray and the Cardinals.
Man, watch out, Greeny, because this team, it might not be this year, but you know who they remind me of? The Detroit Lions 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Why? They play a physical brand of football. This is not the old, Cardinals you think of finesse and all that. No, they're not. They will hit you in the face. They have a plan, and they are going to be like that team you don't want to play.
That quarterback right there, bad dude, man.
They're tied for the lead in the division. Dan, Sunday statement.
Texans, you cannot win a Super Bowl with this offensive line play right now. I'm completely aware no Nico Collins. Stephon Diggs goes down in this game. This has been an issue in Houston since the very first week of the season. When you are in obvious passing situations, the quarterback is a sitting duck. You can't protect right now. I know those two perimeter weapons aren't there, and hopefully Nico and Steph can get back. Fix your protection issues.
And finally, D. Wood, let's stay in the state of Texas. What's your Sunday statement?
It's over. It's time for the Cowboys to rebuild. And I know that's crazy. You just paid the quarterback $60 million a year and the wide receiver, but this team is not going anywhere. They are a more expensive, worse team right now. Jerry Jones need a what we call come to Jesus moment and be real about the state of the Cowboys right now.
You know, the late, great Denny Green, who worked for us at ESPN, and I came to know him, and it was one of the most famous rants of all time. When he said that night, he said, the Bears are who we thought they were. Well, the Cowboys are who we thought they were. They are a team that has gotten worse and more expensive. Their offseason was a disaster. They didn't fix any of their problems. They didn't address any of their weaknesses. They just paid the same guys a lot more money to do the same thing. There was no way that either Dak or CD were going to get better because they both played about as well as you possibly could. They needed help, and they didn't address any of it. They are the worst running team in the NFL. That's a statistic. It's not an opinion. And they have given up over 200 yards rushing in all 4 of their losses this year, including 223 to a 49ers team yesterday that is playing without their superstar running back, and their next running back got hurt as the game was going on. I can't decide.
Really bringing the heat today.
Well, look, the bottom line of it is, when the answer to the question, when you say, is it the Cowboys' offense or defense that's the problem, and the answer is yes, things have gone really wrong. You start with the offense.
The offense is archaic, and it's gross to watch. It's so painful to watch. There's one play that I can put a microcosm. They go into halftime up 10-6. Coach, what's going to be our first play of the second half? Let's go 3-step drop, throw a flat route to the tight end. That'll catch him off guard. This was the plan at halftime? Dude, you're up 10-6. They go 3-step drop and throw the ball to the tight end in the flat. Why are you calling that play? What do you think the best case scenario? Greeny, you said last week coaches design plays, everyone should be a touchdown. The best case scenario is you get 2 or 3 yards there. Why? That's the plan at halftime? Up 10-6 on the road. Your defense is playing their tails off. And the thought was, let's come out and 3-step drop the quarterback and throw a flat route for 0 yards? That play right there is the microcosm.
The Cowboys literally make my life a living hell. They do.
Why?
Because my wife is a huge Cowboys fan.
Okay.
And so I have to sit there and deal with what's wrong? What the hell is wrong with my Cowboys? This and that. I'm like, I don't know. Like, they suck. Like, it's just bad. And it just caused friction in my house. You know what every man desires? Peace.
Yeah, no drama.
Peace in that house. I don't have peace in my household because the Cowboys just absolutely stink.
The Cowboys are destroying families all across America. Rex, I give you these numbers one more time. How many yards did San Francisco run for?
Oh, that can't be right. 223. They had the bye week, so they got better.
How many yards did the Cowboys run for?
That'd be 56.
So, you don't need to know anything else.
They did nothing in the bye week. What the hell were you doing in the bye week, man? Eating burgers or something? Like, come on, this is ridiculous.
So Dan talked about the offense. How about the defense?
And I'm going to say, Dano, that offense is by far and away the best part of their team because their defense absolutely is atrocious. We talked about the difference that Zimmer brought in. Oh, boy. Think they wish they had that one over? But this defense is, you gave up. Who the hell is this? I don't know, but he's rushing all over this Dallas team for about 85 yards, a third or fourth string guy. Brock Purdy had as many rushing yards as your team did on offense. That's right, I said your team. Like, this is awful. And
Yeah.
how's it going to get better, man? I mean, when's it going to get better? Certainly after the bye. Oh, they just had the damn bye. Golly.
It's going to get worse, right, Dan? I mean, you look at the schedule. This team is not going to rebound. You look at some of the good teams in the NFC. They're not getting back in there.
But here's the thing. Those teams, you know what all those teams can do? Run the football.
Yeah.
They can all run the football.
Yes. What or who on their football team is a thing you can point to and say, that gives us a chance to make the playoffs? Again, outside of CeeDee Lamb, the occasional connection between Dak and CeeDee Lamb, there's nothing.
Some awful, awkward from yesterday. Dan, what was something you saw that was awesome?
Keon Coleman, and this young man is coming on for the Buffalo Bills offense. His feel, his understanding, I love the way that they can get him the ball and allow just the athleticism to play. And also, his strength is starting to present problems for defenses. The ball in his hands and his play strength is really making a difference in their pass game. Him and Coop and Kincaid, this offense is humming in Buffalo.
Yeah, they look awesome. Rex, give me something that was awful.
Have you seen Bateman here? Look at this one. Hey, here it comes. Oh, I got this one. I got this one.
Oh.
Are you kidding me, dude? I mean, signal for fair catch. He's wide open. Hey, the sun. Well, it's okay to have the sun out there. That football is pretty dang big. How about we catch it? Instead, he ends up dropping it, and that cost him the game. It cost him the game. Look, there it is. Throw it up there. Boink. Like, really?
That's terrible.
It's the sun's fault. It's no problem. I understand.
He
it's
said
sun's
boink.
fault.
D-Wood, what was something awkward?
How about this young man right here, Anthony Richardson, literally taps out of the game after a run. I've never heard of anything like this. The quarterback literally tapping out of the game? What are we doing here? Oh, my God.
Let's be clear. He acknowledges that's exactly what he did. You may be wondering, well, why is he, when a player taps his helmet, for those who don't know, he's asking the coach for a break. After the game, Anthony Richardson was asked about that moment, and this was his explanation.
Man, tired. I ain't gonna lie. That was a lot of running right there, what I did, and I don't think I was gonna be able to go that next play. So I just, just told Sam I just needed a break right there.
D-Wood?
Okay, let me speak to the camera. Bro, I'm a former offensive lineman. We don't get breaks. We're sitting there blocking for you every single play to protect you, okay? And you're going to sit there and going to tap you and ask out of the game? You need to get your conditioning up. I don't know what, I can't even wrap my mind around the fact that you're asking out of a game. You must be grossly out of shape or something else must be going on, but I don't have the luxury as an offensive lineman to tap my helmet to get out of the game. What the hell was that, Rex? I don't understand.
I mean, this actually happened.
It actually happened
Can
in the
you
game.
imagine? Like, I've been around this game all my life. All right, literally. I've never seen a quarterback have to tap out of a freaking. Are you kidding me? Like, this doesn't happen. It's not possible that this actually happened.
To be a guy you got to drag off the field.
He thinks it's acceptable.
Yeah.
What makes you think this is acceptable, kid? Is it the fact that the GM's making the head coach play you? Maybe that's what makes it acceptable.
When it comes to physical exertion, no one's job is easier on game day than a quarterback's. No one's job. I can't fathom Anthony saying this. I can't fathom him saying it and then getting into the huddle in the fourth quarter and looking guys like him in the eye and saying, like, I need 10-play drive here. Everything you got, I know you're dead. I need you to give me everything you have because we can go win the game right now. I can't imagine, because those guys are going to be like, you the same dude that tapped out? That's the concern.
The whole team is sitting back wondering what the hell he's doing in there at quarterback anyway, when Joe Flacco is clearly the better answer at quarterback.
Can't believe he said that.
And so now he says this?
I'm just shocked, man.
If that happened, if you're an offensive lineman and your quarterback did that in a game, what did you tell me this morning was going to happen after the game?
Well, I need to have a talk with you. I need to have a talk with you. I'm sitting here busting my ass to protect you, and you gonna remove yourself from the game voluntarily? What